Okay, so this time a little bit different perspective. We have a Karcher K5 full control or something like this. I'll leave the description or the exact model in the description. We still have water coming out of it. Problem with it is that it starts, it works, but when you release the trigger, it starts pulsating. And usually when it starts, usually on the Karcher models, if it starts pulsating, it means that pressure drops in the somewhere, and the relay reignites and gets the pressure up to the working pressure, and then it should stop and then stay in this position. Usually there are the high pressure rings around the piston. Usually they leak, but with this one I haven't saw any leakage. I can hear that some water goes somewhere, and then the pressure drops, so I'm assuming the valves inside of the pump. Another defect that this model has is usually this elbow is from the plastic. So sometimes this elbow cracks and it lets the pressure out, but usually you will see water dripping or pouring away because it's the high pressure line, and if this is defect, then now Karcher changes it into the aluminum one. So I changed this one just for the precaution, but we still need to find where the pressure is. So let's see. I'm disassembling this one first time, so we'll see how it will go. Nice. Okay, usually if this is the pressure regulator, but no, I think this one will be down. Maybe now it has two pressure regulators, because I was thinking why do they need two lines to get the pressure for the pressure. Yeah, this is the new model that I haven't had the chance to look before, so it's interesting to see what we can find, but from the outside it seems that it's quite similar to the older ones. Okay, table 6, yes, we need a hexagon with 6. So my memory card was full, needed to borrow other one for my phone. Okay, so let's keep disassembling it. What I usually do is take the opposite screws out, and then these two I let them out step by step. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, this should get out. Yes. Okay. Okay. Be careful, as there could be oil and there, and here we have something. Okay. Screws. Okay. So, what do we have in here? This. It doesn't seem that it worked a lot. It's all like new. doesn't have any real wear out, so I'm kind of surprised that it had this leaking or leaking of the pressure. What I'm suspecting is these valves in here. I think there should be 6 of them, 3 at one side and 3 at the other side, or something like this. And I suspect that there could be something stuck between it or something like this. Or I hope that it's only that kind of defect. Okay. No. Yeah. No signs of working or okay, so we can put this aside. And let's examine this side. So yes, so these are the valves I was talking about. Okay. And one of it looks a little bit different. Maybe a defect in production, because on this side it's a little bit bigger and in here it's smaller. Okay, let's see if I can take it out. Okay, very interesting valve design. Why do you need these? Okay, and it's always interesting to see how the technology evolves and how it changes. So these are the one valves. In principle, just with this side it sits in here, and with the spring pushes it back and closes it. Okay, and how do we get to these valves? It seems that they are pressed in. to disassemble it. Okay, this thing rotates a little bit. Because the models before, the older ones, they were completely out of metal, and now Karcher switched it to the plastic metal molds or something like this. So I doubt that this plastic casing can be taken out, or let's say this valve even. Okay, so what I don't like is yeah, not very nice. How should it be like this? It looks like a... Oh, okay, this is something glued on. Or is it? Let's see. No. How do I take it out? Okay, I'll try to fiddle a little bit more and see if I can find a way to take these valves out to inspect it a little bit further. So, yeah, I tried to take it out, and it seems that Karcher went one-way road. As you can see, when I was first looked at this bottom part, it looked like a thermo pressing, but I thought maybe no. But it seems that it's thermically glued in, and if you try to take off this cap, as usually there were like caps, you break it. So I'll need to check out the spare parts manual, or how does it called, and see if I can get these parts somehow, or I need to bring it into the Karcher and service and get it exchanged. So I'll update how it will go on away, because what I want to do is in principle I want to change all three of them just in case, and maybe even these three small ones, because these should be cheap and easy to replace, but these ones are making it much more difficult, and in principle we need to buy this whole assembly. If that's the way Karcher went, it's sad. In principle it's really sad, because then you will just need to throw away this whole head. Okay, let's see how it will go. Okay, so I went to the local Karcher shop and got myself this valve set, replacement valve set. Here's the number, order number, and yeah, examining it, I haven't found anything really major. Okay, so the leakage is not that strong too, so the pressure holds when you use the Karcher, only that it restarts when you release the trigger. So and when you release the trigger, you hear when that there is the sound that water is flowing somewhere, but no water leakages exist on the pump. So this is why I'm suspecting these valves. Okay, yeah, the seating is clean too. I cleaned a little bit the debris or what was there. Here on the pump you can see this one side that has more of oxidation, so I was suspecting this one valve. I opened it first, but yeah, as I said, it was looking good. In principle I could leave the other two there, but I just, because I bought it in a set, so I decided to replace the complete set and see not to play around with this reassembly of this whole pump for one valve. Okay, so then let's assemble the the valve, and you just drop it in. Not sure if it will be better to apply some kind of grease or something, but maybe it's not needed. Okay, let's try. You will need something to press it in and hold it in place. Okay. And then we will take this bigger side up. Okay. And the third one. Okay, so all of them are in. Working fine. And let's take some silicone. Then we have these valves. Okay, and that's this one. Let's check that we haven't left anything. Looks good. Then okay, so exchange of valves didn't help. The problem remained the same, and but what I found was then I went online, I researched a little bit in YouTube, and found one Russian channel that said that or let's say in the channel it had a small problem that it wasn't, this model was not turning on. Problem was in this on-off valve, and then in comments I found one interesting comment that said that some of these models had this turning on-off or starting stopping problem, and it was just a simple simple hole or some kind of a hole that was filled with some oil or this stuff, and in Karcher service they just cleaned it with some special equipment by running water in one or other direction. So I decided to take the whole pump completely through and yeah, clean some of these holes. But by removing, yeah, I removed almost everything, and by removing this valve where water inlet is, I found this nice thing. So one O-ring is completely destroyed by the look of it, and I'm not sure if this yeah, if this white plastic part should be like this as a clip-on or spacer or no. So I think I found my problem. I'll try to look up if I have some similar O-ring, or maybe I'll need to reorder it in Karcher too, and hopefully this will fix it. Okay, so found an O-ring quite similar measurements in old Karcher K520 model. So let's try to reassemble everything and see how it will go. So yeah, this is just a spacer that has the similar was used in the older ones too. Just rechecked it that it was the same. Okay, so this one goes in right here. There's no really sharp edges. Interesting how it was torn. Was it a bad assembly, or someone played around with it? Okay, this one goes in. Then we can reinsert, and yeah, this one is looking quite interesting. Shouldn't be here another spacer too. Interesting, and not that interesting when you don't know the complete history of the device you are repairing. But that's life. Okay, okay. Here down there is one black O-ring. So we will. I think I can see part of it from this side. So I will just try to insert it like this. Okay. It goes out. Okay. Then we have this chemicals valve. Interesting design. Not sure if it can be taken apart, but there is a spring inside, that's for sure. But don't see any way how it could be taken apart. Maybe is it pressed in? Okay, yeah, not sure. Just insert this one here. Okay. These pins go in like this, one way. And here are some grooves that fixate it in place, like this. then what do we have next? Next we have this whole pipe. Okay, fixate it with these screws. Where do I have it? Okay, here. This one is in, and what we have next is this turn on switch with a small o-ring. It was in here. I just want to check if we can re-add the pump housing. Okay, that was a little bit too strong. Hopefully I haven't torn any o-ring myself. Yeah, then we can add this one and this one. Yeah, it was like this. Here. A lot of plastic parts, a lot. Okay, and then one more thing that I learned is that this black part is the... Okay, so yeah, first we need to reattach the starting mechanisms. This one will go like this. Here's this opening, has to go on this side, and of course the connecting pins to the motor itself. Okay. Okay. And then align this part and this part. This part has to go like this. No, come on. Oh, too much. Too much. Okay. Okay, like this. Okay, take care of the black tube that it goes in first. Okay, then apply pressure and screw it in. Okay, one is there, second one. Okay, got it. Oh, wrong bit. Okay, yeah, and as I was saying, learned in the YouTube video of this guy's channel that this is a linear actuator that controls the K5 Plus Premium ability to control power of your pump with a gun trigger, or not trigger, but the buttons on the gun. So as I don't know about this part anything, but they said that it's very important not to shift the magnet inside it, or you could lose the minus and plus function, or it could change, reverse, and something like this. So don't take 100% on this from me, but it's an interesting part that can be researched a little bit more, how it works and what are the, how do you need to set it up to have it working properly. Okay. Okay, this is in, and that's it. That's all for the assembly. I will drop it back into the casing and try it out one more time. Yeah, this not to be forgotten. Okay, that's it for now. Yeah, so forgot to tell you that I'm not able to test it without at least partly assembling it, because this connection is nothing you can put a pressure hose on it. Okay, so let's assemble it. And here is quite elegant solution that you don't need any wrenches or anything. You just press on this plastic part and insert the whole pump into it. Come on. Okay, now it's in. And that's it. It's fixed. Then what we do, we add the drum. Okay. Here is this opening here. Let's see, like this. Okay. 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 Fixating pin. And a clip. That's it. Now we can test.